Xenoblade. The series I've never played, but Shulk was my main in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, so I guess I have some experience. The Xenoblade series is actually quite an interesting one. I don't want to go into a full history lesson on it right now, but here's what you need to know. In 1998, Squaresoft released a game called Xenogears. The game was directed by a man called Tetsuya Takahashi. The game was an RPG and was originally a proposal for Final Fantasy VII before becoming a sequel to Chrono Trigger before eventually becoming its own game. The game released in Japan and the US, and Europe and Australia didn't get it. That's a shame. Takahashi would later go on to create the company Monolith Soft, with the first game that they worked on being known as Xenosaga Episode 1. The game was once again directed by Tetsuya Takahashi and published by Namco. The game had the Xeno name, just like Xenogears, but it wasn't really a sequel to it, more so just a new version of it. Xenogears was supposed to be a series, but due to Square moving back to Final Fantasy, Xenosaga took its place. Xenosaga Episode 1 introduced Shion Yuzuki, someone who worked for the company Vector Industries. That'll be important later, don't worry. Xenosaga Episode 1 once again released in Japan and the US with no PAL release, and that sucks, but whatever. Xenosaga Episode 2 released in 2004, once again by Monolith Soft and Namco, with this game's director being Ko Arai, if I said that correctly. The game continues the plot from the previous game, and Xenosaga Episode 2 finally had a PAL release. Thank God! Xenosaga Episode 3 released in 2006, granted there was some spin-offs and a compilation of the first two games on the DS, and this game was only released in Japan and the US, so for God's sake! The game didn't sell that well, and the series as a whole had some pretty mixed responses, which left Monolith Soft depressed. Xenosaga was supposed to continue past Episode 3, but it never did. The Xenosaga series was left behind. Ha ha! In 2007, Nintendo bought Monolith Soft, and the two created Xenoblade Chronicles, the new Xeno game. Again, Xenoblade isn't a sequel to Xenosaga nor Xenogears, it's very much its own thing, but it still has that Xeno name, with Ko Kojima alongside Genki Yokota directing the first game, with Tetsuya Takahashi writing the game, or at least was one of the writers anyway. The series would later get a spin-off, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and some sequels, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. Xenoblade 2 got a DLC that added more to the story, but the more important one is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. Now before I talk about Future Redeemed, just in case you forgot. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, a radio can be seen with the Vector Industries logo on it. Boom! Xenosaga and Xenoblade are connected. That's incredible. Was that a good but quick history lesson in the Xeno series? I hope so. So I think we need, and probably will get, some sort of game where the Xenosaga and Blade games will cross over, but I don't really know. As I said, I've never played Xenoblade or Saga or Gears, but I think that'd be a really cool idea. Also, a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X would be nice too, but we'll see what happens, I guess.